Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We're back with another Atlanta Falcons mock draft. Now, we are here on the board at pick number 8, and we have one trade offer from the Buffalo Bills. They're offering their first, a second, a third, and a sixth for pick number 8. But considering that the Falcons can get a very good edge rusher at pick number 8, I'm going to reject this trade. Now, the two positions that we need, we could go quarterback and make it different because I've gone with Tyree Wilson a lot, but I know I'm going to get comments be like, the Falcons are not going to take a corner first. Yeah, you tell me the Falcons won't take a corner first and tell me if they won't pair somebody up with A.J. Terrell. That could be, we could have two lockdown corners. Tell me the Falcons will not take that. The Falcons definitely would. Now, looking at the other positions that we could possibly need, Brian Breezy is a reach. I said ranch. Anthony Richardson, take a quarterback, compete with Desmond Ritter. You guys know I'm a Florida Gators fan. I remember there's an edge rusher, Luke Van Ness, that looks to be heading up higher on the board that we could possibly take, but this would seem like it would be a reach. But considering I've gone with Tyree Wilson so many times, I'm going to do... should I trade back in this scenario? Would the Falcons trade back for more picks at pick number 8? If Tyree Wilson is here, they're probably going to go with him just because he's an edge position, so I guess I'll go with that, and at pick number 8, we're going to take Tyree Wilson edge out of Texas Tech. Now, we move on to the second round where we have pick number 44. We have one third-round pick, two fourth-round picks, one fifth-round pick, and two seventh-round picks. If I could pick up a sixth-round pick in this draft, I'll take it, because we need to add more depth when it comes to position as we get up here to pick number 44. And we have a trade offer. The Seahawks are offering us a 2024 first, a 2024 second, and a fifth-round pick this year. I'm going to reject that because we need a second-round pick. And, looking at the positions that we have available now, I guess Mozzie Smith would be a good option because we need somebody on the defensive line. Derek Hall, we could double dip at edge position. But I think the next position we're going to need is definitely going to be cornerback. So I'm going to take Tyree Stevenson, cornerback out of Miami, Florida. And that would mean we have a Hurricane player on our team, which I don't even remember the last time the Falcons have had a Hurricanes player on the team. But now we move on into pick 75 in the third round. And we got a trade offer from the Arizona. We got 3 trade offers, in fact. We got one for the Arizona Cardinals, a third, a fifth, and a seventh. A 2024 seventh. We have the Buccaneers offering a 2024 first and a 2024 fourth. And then we got, I'm not accepting any of these trades. So now in this position, do we go tackle or do we go defense one more time? I'm going to look at the safety position because we need DB help. And I'm going to take Chris Smith II, safety out of Georgia, as our third-round pick as we move on into the fourth round of our first of our 2 picks in the fourth round. I'm very excited to see what's on here. I think now I'm probably going to be going with a offensive position, whether it's wide receiver, tackle. It depends on who's here. I was about to say, this looks like a good trade, but it's all next year trades, and I'm not trading for next year because the Falcons need picks this year, and we already have 2 fourth-round picks this year. Offensive lineman, Hendon Hooker, possibly edge. We get double dip at edge and get Will McDonald out of Iowa State. Sam Porter, we don't really need. Tight end, Marvin Mims out of Oklahoma. We do need another receiver option or young wide receiver option, but I'm not really going to look at that. Let's look at the tackle position. Offensive line really needs a boost. And let's take a look at the team. Left tackle, we got Jake Matthews. Left guard is open. Center is open. Right guard is Chris Lindstrom. And right tackle technically is open because I don't really know if we're going to be extending Caleb McGarry. So, it looks like the center position's kind of gotten locked on with Drew Dahlman, who played good this past season, but I'm not really sure when it comes to that. So we could go Andrew Voorhees, offensive lineman out of USC, just to protect whoever our quarterback is going to be. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not taking a QB. I'm really not. And I really don't think linebacker is a position in need. I think the next position, which is going to be at pick 113, I'm probably going to double dip at edge or cornerback. So if that edge, Will McDonald is still there, I'm definitely dipping in here. But this position, I'm going to go Andrew Voorhees, offensive lineman out of USC. And we have a trade offer, 5th and a 7th. We already have a 7th. I would take another 5th. And we have the Chiefs offering a 4th, their 4th, and 2 7s and a 2nd-round pick. I'm going to reject both trades. And it's the edge position still here. Will McDonald is still here. I'm sorry, guys. We need pressure on the quarterback. I'm going to go edge, Will McDonald out of Iowa State. As we move on now into the 5th round, and I think this position is going to have to be a defensive lineman. I want to take Byron Young if he's still there, but he's probably not going to be there by the time we get to the pick. We are at pick 161. Defensive lineman is definitely going to be somebody. Actually, no, I may not go defensive lineman. Let's see. Ooh. They're offering us okay, this trade is not realistic. They would not offer us a first for a 5th round pick. If the Colts were to offer that trade, I would take it any day of the week. But I'm going to reject it because it's not realistic. Let's take a look at the best player available. A.T. Perry, Trey Dean. We already got safety. I would love to take Trey Dean, man. Adding a Florida player. Why did I take this guy? I could have added a Florida player. I'm going to take Byron Young at pick number 136, defensive lineman, to help on the defensive line along with Grady Jarrett and all the other players. But now move on into what is going to be the 7th round pick, as we have 2 7th round picks at pick 226 and pick 247. It's going to be interesting who's left on the board. I mean, we haven't really gotten a tackle, but I think we can get a tackle in free agency, so I'm not even gonna be really worried about that. As we get closer and closer to our pick, Brenton Cox from Florida, but we've already taken too many edge players. Tackle, you know what? We're gonna take a tackle. We're gonna take Jerome Carvin at pick number 226, leaving us with one final pick in the draft for the Atlanta Falcons. And at pick 247, I don't care what you guys think, I am taking a Florida player. Jackson Kirkland is here, but wasn't Jackson Kirkland like one of the highly rated prospects coming into this year? And I don't know what happened, but then we could go Ricky Gurridge. But I think this position really does need to be a wide receiver. And I'm going to take Elijah Higgins, wide receiver out of Stanford, as our final pick in the 2023 NFL Mock Draft for the Atlanta Falcons as we get into it. And there is our draft. At pick number 8, we have selected Tyree Wilson. Pick 44, we have selected Tyreek Stevenson, cornerback out of Miami. Chris Smith, the second out of Georgia, as our 3rd round pick. So the first 3 picks, I'm going to be honest with you. The first 3 picks in this draft, the first 2 need to be defense. The first 2 need to be defense. One needs to be an edge, one needs to be a corner. The 3rd round pick can be an offensive guy. The first 2 picks in this draft need to be defensive guys. But we went mostly defense because that's what we need. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive players. And when we got, 3 offensive players in the guard, the tackle, and the wide receiver. But looking at this, we got edge position, we got cornerback, we got depth for safety. We added somebody on the offensive line who could possibly play left guard. We have another edge just in case Tyree Wilson doesn't end up working out. And Will McDonald could show up, and he wouldn't have to really worry about anything because he'd be a 4th round pick. Byron Young, defensive lineman, helping Grady Jarrett on the defensive line. Jerome Carvin in the 7th round, getting in that tackle position, possibly even getting starting tackle. All depends on how he plays. And then Elijah Higgins adding another wide receiver depth position to the Atlanta Falcons. But in terms of that, I mean an A+, B+, B+, A, B+, A+, A+, A+. I mean, these last few picks I'm not going to really count because we chose players that were still available. So I'm gonna just say, if I had to give myself a grade on this draft, I'd probably give this draft an A grade, to be honest, just because of the Tyree Wilson, Tyree Stevensons. I think these are decent picks. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I will see you guys all next time for the NFL Atlanta Falcons Mock Draft.